Cool. Thanks, mate. Bullet Jane, can you all hear me?
Yes, Duncan.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Hey, greetings to all party delegates. Hope you're all well, and thanks for your time this evening. I know there's things on telly, but hopefully you're a few hours, an hour or so with us, you'll learn some interesting facts. So, okie doke. So over the last 26 years in the airline industry, yes, I am that old. I've been lucky enough with my previous airline, which was Air New Zealand, to have visited New Zealand and actually Fiji as well on numerous occasions. And combining that with Singapore, it's a great to have the opportunity to talk about them now in conjunction with Singapore Airlines. So I'm a very happy young man. So connections to New Zealand and Fiji via Singapore. So we've got three great airlines, obviously Singapore Airlines, Air New Zealand, and Fiji Airways. So a couple of options. We've got flights from London, Heathrow, and Manchester via Singapore to Auckland and Christchurch. Well, that could be either Singapore Airlines all the way or Singapore Airlines and Air New Zealand. Or we've got the other option, which is London, Manchester via Singapore to Fiji, utilizing SQ and Fiji Airways. So obviously with the connections, obviously checking your GDSs for up-to-date information, but I thought it's quite good to share you a couple of examples. And it's not that far to get to Fiji, New Zealand in the grand scheme of things. It's just a day in your life, what more can you do in a day? So there's a couple of options there with SQ to Christchurch, and if you note the elapsed flying time is just over 24 hours. You've also got the option with Singapore Airlines and Air New Zealand, and we'd have the code-share flight with SQ flight numbers. You've got Singapore to, London, Singapore with connections onto Fiji Airways. So yeah, it's a few options there for you. So I've based these on the May schedules, which is when, thank the Lord, New Zealand's back open again. We were a bit worried it's going to be not until October, but we've had a rejig around, and it's quite fantastic news that Aotearoa is open again, basically very shortly. Excuse me. So in terms of Singapore Airlines schedules from London to Heathrow, we have 3 flights a day. That's actually going to increase to our normal schedule, which was 4 flights a day pre-COVID, and that's effective early June. Manchester, Singapore, we have 3 flights a week currently, but again, in June, that's increasing to 4 flights a week. So we were 5 flights a week, and obviously the plan is that hopefully we'll get back up to 5 flights a week as and when things progress. Singapore to Auckland, we have a daily flight currently, and Singapore to Christchurch is 4 flights weekly, and that should go up to daily towards the end of June as well. Air New Zealand operates to Auckland from Singapore. Currently, it's 3 flights a week. That should hopefully be going up to daily effective July. So just obviously keep an eye open on your schedules. Things change all the time, but yeah, that's the plan. And then Fiji Airways, which has the SQ code share on as well, that's weekly, and that should also increase to twice weekly in June. And you can also, I think Jane mentioned, you can actually access it via Australia and also New Zealand. So a huge plus side for your clients when they're flying on these options is the transit through our hub of Changi, Singapore. And the fantastic news now is it's all back open for full business. So there's no requirement for PCR tests for transit. We've got all the facilities open again. So premium passengers can access the Silver Chris Lounge if they're eligible. We've got the entertainment facilities there as well. And obviously we've also got the nature trails. We've got the sunflower gardens, we've got the butterfly house, we've got the cactus garden, we've got the orchids, so that's all good. And then the, oops, it's not gone down, one sec. Oh, I seem to have frozen. No, back up again. So what I call our pièce de résistance is the Jewel at Changi Airport. It's been open a few years now, but it's an absolute amazing facility. It's got the world's largest indoor waterfall called the Vortex. It's got canopy walks. It's got hundreds of retail outlets and food outlets. It's got a maze. It's a fantastic facility. So highly recommend that if anybody traveling on either SQ, SQNZ, or SQ on FJ, make sure you tell your clients to get themselves to the Jewel Changi. Oh, it's very slow. Hang on. Okie doke. So the bling cabinet at Singapore Airlines is increasing all the time. So we've won quite a few awards in the last few months or so, which is fantastic news. Obviously, we never take these things for granted, and we still hold the title of the world's most awarded airline, which is fantastic news. There's a lot of competition out there. So, as I say, we never take these things for granted, and we're constantly striving to improve our services, etc. And just as a bit of a feedback, it's been 50 years actually since we've been flying into the UK operation. That was actually last year. And to commemorate this occasion, we actually commissioned our own connoisseur dry gin. So we've got a gin which is unique to it's a Singapore Airlines gin. It's very nice. And I'm not a massive gin drinker, but I have had a glass or two and highly recommend it. That's from Hayman's, which is the gin company that we've partnered up with. So a few SQ images through. It's been over 2 years since I was on board the aircraft, so it's also quite good to remind myself of what the product looks like. So we've got from the iconic A380 suites, which you'll see there with the bed, standalone bed, and the chair. We've got the lie flat business class with a 121 configuration. We've got the very popular premium economy, and also obviously our economy award-winning economy class as well. And this is a reminder of our iconic Singapore girl with the Kebaya sarong uniform. And yeah, so our cabin crew are amazing. I mean, they always say knowledge is power. So, and it's been very difficult for agents recently with all the comings and goings of what you can and can't do and who can travel and who can't travel. And we've had a book with confidence policy out since literally day one, which gives them the flexibility for passengers to change their details should they need to. Mentioned also that PCR is not required for transit in Singapore anymore, but obviously please just double check your onward destinations for your clients, because I say things do change all the time. Health and safety, obviously that's paramount to us, so there's quite a few precaution measures that have been in place since literally day one of the pandemic. And also we have an Agent 360 portal, which is very good for general information from an agent's perspective with regards to policies and updates, that sort of thing. And also our general singaporeair.com website's a very useful tool for garnering information. So make sure you're familiar with those. So we've got a little video for your viewing pleasure, which hopefully should work. Oh, no, don't want that. So yeah, thanks guys. Kia ora and vinaka, as they say, and thank you for your ongoing support. And if you have any questions or anything like that, I think we'll you'll have our details moving forward, and please do feel free to get in touch for any queries. And with that, I'll pass you back to Matt.
Thanks, Duncan.
No worries.
We are now going